Hello everyone and welcome back for some more Drag Race gossip, secrets and drama. So today I'm going to be talking about the ongoing situation between Eva Le Queen and M1ss Jade So from Drag Race Philippines and some controversy they've been involved in. Just to warn you up front, some of the topics in this video may be distressing to some viewers, so please be advised. Also, please make sure you're respectful in the comments and don't send hate to anyone involved. And with that, let's get started. So, just as some background for anyone who doesn't know, Eva Le Queen was on season 1 of Drag Race Philippines, as well as Global All-Stars. M1ss Jade So was on season 2 of Drag Race Philippines, and is currently competing on Down Under vs. The World. Eva and Jade are from the same drag family, and Jade has performed at shows produced by Eva's company, The Playhouse, and Eva often refers to Jade as her sister. But recently, you may have seen some people talking online about a feud between the two of them. A few days ago, Eva released a video on her YouTube channel called The Truth About Me and M1ss Jade So, where she gave her side of the story for the first time. And that video is the basis for a lot of this video. So today I'm going to be going through the timeline of what actually happened, what caused their feud, the recent controversy, and what Eva has said. And as I said earlier, a lot of the information comes from Eva's recent video, but obviously this is only one side of the story. So I'm just going to try and stick to the facts where possible. Okay, so let's now go through what caused their falling out in the first place. On the 27th of December 2025, there was a show called Drag in the South Year-End Concert at the SM South Mall Events Hall near Manila in the Philippines. Eva's company produced the show, Eva was hosting on the night, and Jade was one of the performers. According to Eva, during Jade's 12-minute solo performance, Jade had an unintentional wardrobe malfunction where apparently her top came down and exposed part of her breast. But according to Eva, instead of just covering up, Jade then made what Eva described as, quote, a deliberate and conscious decision to pull her top down and exposed her entire chest to the audience. And apparently there were children in the audience, as well as executives from the venue, sponsors, and the clients paying Eva's company to put on the event. Eva was hosting that night, so she said that she got straight on the mic afterwards and said, quote, what happens in Drag in the South stays in Drag in the South. And apparently that worked because nothing ended up on social media. The only thing the client asked for afterwards was that Jade did not post about it on social media, and according to Eva, Jade and her manager both agreed to not post any of it. However, Eva said that a few days later, Jade actually did upload the performance to her own YouTube channel, and this is where the problem started. Presumably, the client was not happy that Jade had posted this content with their name attached to it, and there was then a series of negotiations and contract amendments, and eventually, Drag in the South, who Eva described as her most valuable client, decided not to renew their contract with Eva's company. And later in the year, it led to a mutual decision to permanently dissolve the Drag in the South brand altogether. Eva got quite emotional talking about this because she said at that stage it took 4 years to build this relationship. Around 180 to 200 plus people relied on that quarterly show for work, including queens, dancers and the crew, and Eva's company lost millions of pesos worth of contracts. According to Eva, she sent Jade one message and then she blocked her everywhere. She did read the message out loud in the video, but it's in Tagalog, which I don't speak, but from what I can find online, the gist of the message is she swore at Jade and said that a lot of people lost their jobs because of what Jade did. Eva added that this is the screenshot that people have been passing around online and in group chats, but Eva said that it was, quote, a very valid crash out. Eva then made the decision to remove Jade from all Playhouse shows, and she said that was a business decision because, quote, there was no power tripping, there was no manipulation or whatnot, like some of these hecklers on social media are trying to sell. I just lost my biggest production. Why on earth would I still want to work with her? And as far as Eva was concerned, that was the end of it, or so she thought. But then, on the 18th of July 2026, Jade appeared on a podcast. According to Eva, in the episode of the podcast, without being asked or prompted, Jade volunteered to talk about what happened between her and Eva. Eva did say, though, that the way Jade described the story was, quote, pretty much accurate to what actually happened. But according to Eva, Jade said she felt powerful and empowered afterwards, and that her advocacy was to normalize breasts, comparing it to women breastfeeding in public. Jade also said that she'd received very hurtful words from Eva. Now, the names in the podcast were bleeped out in the episode, but according to Eva, people worked out pretty quickly that Jade was talking about Eva, and people started tagging Eva in the comments. And Eva said that this then sent her into an anxiety attack. The thing that Eva seems most upset about isn't that the story is being told again, it's that Jade shared a private message publicly. Eva said, quote, why would you share a direct message, a private conversation that we had that the public has no business knowing? And she also claims Jade breached a non-disclosure agreement with Playhouse by talking about the situation in the first place. So Jade's manager reached out and showed Eva the podcast, and Eva read out her reply in the video, which said, quote, if you can find a way to talk to Jade and shush that up, otherwise I'm gonna take legal action against Jade within the next 24 hours. Jade's management then made sure that the podcast episode got taken down. They asked the podcast owner to re-edit and re-upload the video and remove the section where Jade was talking about Eva, and they also asked them to remove any comments with Eva's name in them. Then, on the evening of the 20th of July, M1ss Jade So went live on TikTok, and it's a bit unclear what actually happened because there seems to be a lot of speculation, but from what I can find online, it appears that during the live stream, Jade attempted to end her own life on camera. Luckily, she was stopped, presumably by family members who came into the room and stopped her, and Jade is now safe. Some clips and screenshots from the live were then shared on social media. However, out of respect for Jade, I'm not going to show any of them. But because of what happened, this then became a huge talking point on social media. Eva later explained that because she was blocked by Jade, she had no idea that the livestream was even happening or what Jade was doing. She started receiving urgent DMs and screenshots from people concerned that Jade was trying to end her own life, so Eva forwarded those messages to Jade's manager, who then forwarded them to Jade's family. From what I can find online, although this is not verified, allegedly during the livestream, Jade had mentioned Eva, as well as Marina Summers, who is also from Drag Race Philippines, and apparently Jade somehow implied that the two of them were to blame for her mental anguish. Eva also posted on her socials at the time, saying that she was being blamed for Jade attempting to end her own life, and Eva said, quote, F all of you sick mother effers, and that she said it was not her fault. However, Eva then got backlash for these posts, with people saying that Eva was trying to make the situation about herself rather than focusing on Jade. Then, the day after, on the 21st of July, Jade's family and management released an official statement. They confirmed Jade was safe and surrounded by loved ones and, quote, Jade also wishes to make one thing clear, she does not hold anyone accountable for her emotional distress or the personal crisis she experienced. During her live stream, Jade was in an extremely vulnerable and overwhelmed state, crying out for help. Her words should not be understood as assigning blame or responsibility to anyone. But this next part of the statement is the part that people focused on. Quote, Jade's struggles are deeply personal and far more complex than any one person or any single event. We therefore ask that Marina Summers, Eva Le Queen, and anyone else mentioned in connection with this situation not be subjected to hate, harassment, threats, or online abuse. Then, on the 24th of July, Down Under vs. The World premiered, and Jade is part of the cast. Then, on the 25th of July, Jade posted an update on her own Instagram. She said that she had been surrounded by family and friends and that she was, quote, seeking help with psychologists for my mental health that was destroyed by a lot of problems. But then a couple of the lines in the post stood out to people. She said, quote, I am seeking help in case an oppressor will try to be in my way. I am guided with the people who I finally can trust fully, clearing all the manipulator, gaslighter, and metapobre person in my way. I will forever value authenticity over fake character disguised in power. Now, although Jade didn't name anyone in that post, a lot of people online assumed that those lines were about Eva. And that's essentially what tipped this situation over the edge. According to Eva, within hours after Jade's livestream, Eva started receiving what she describes as a swarm of hateful messages and violent threats, which were sent to all of her social media accounts, as well as her company website and her email, and they accused Eva of being the culprit for what Jade did. There was also apparently a lot of backlash and chaos within the Filipino drag scene. Eva explained that her psychiatrist advised her to take a detox and leave the country for a while, which is why she went silent for about 3 weeks. Then, on the 10th of August, Eva released a video on her YouTube channel, which is where a lot of the information for this video comes from, and I'll link to it in the description, and I'm just going to summarise the main points from this video. Eva started by saying, if you're here, quote, expecting to hear some catty nonsense, untucked drama revelation whatsoever, I apologise but you came to the wrong place. Eva then explained why she waited to speak out. She said she could have debunked all of this way back when it happened, but she needed to make sure her heart was in the right place first because, quote, it's very easy to speak out of spite and mistake it for justice. She then went through the background of what happened between her and Jade, which is the story I mentioned earlier about the wardrobe malfunction, the cancelling of the contract, loss of money, and then Jade going against what they had agreed, as well as Jade attempting to end her life on the live stream and Eva getting blamed for it. Eva then said she refuses to be associated with any narrative that links her to Jade's decisions, and she specifically referenced Jade's Instagram post. And Eva said, quote, she used the words oppressor, gaslighter or manipulator, which just further insinuates and incites the public with their baseless accusations. But Eva was careful to say that this isn't a competition over who suffered more, and quote, this is not a story of who's the bigger victim, this is a story of two sisters in pain. She explained that kindness without accountability is not kindness, it's just tolerance, and real kindness is holding empathy for someone who's suffering, but also still holding them accountable for what they did. Then, near the end of the video, Eva spoke directly to Jade and said, quote, sister, heal. I really mean it. Please free yourself from all those thoughts in your head. Jade, no one's coming for you. I'm so sorry you had to suffer all of this alone. And she says she now thinks her own silence made it worse, and it caused Jade to overthink, quote, when all the while I thought I was giving you peace. Eva added that all she really wants is just to be left alone, and she sends her support to Jade and hopes she heals. And Eva ended the video with a message saying that if you feel alone, you are stronger than you think, and help is available whenever you need it. There might be some other parts to the story that I missed, but from what I can tell, that is all we know so far, so we'll have to wait and see if any more information comes out about this in the future. But please remember that these videos are just for informational purposes, and I'm just reporting on publicly available information that other outlets have already reported on. And as always, please do not send hate to anyone in this situation, do not get involved, and just consume this type of content responsibly. If you'd like to get things like early access, exclusive content, as well as many other benefits like priority to have your comments featured in my videos, you can check out either my Patreon, which is my main platform, or for a more convenient option if you want, you can also join my YouTube membership by clicking the join button under any of my videos. And there'll be links to both of those things in the description. I'd also like to say thank you so much to my amazing Patreon members. You are absolutely incredible. Your support truly does keep this channel going, and you have no idea how grateful I am to all of you. So honestly, thank you so, so much. Please make sure you like and comment on this video because it does help to boost it in the algorithm and promote it to even more people. And please make sure you do your big one and smash that subscribe button because it does make a big difference. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the future for some more Drag Race gossip, secrets, and drama. Thank you so much. Bye.